If you're like most golfers, you swing over the top in the downswing. For those of you that aren't totally familiar with what that is, basically as you come down, you start swinging out this way, and the club approaches the ball from the outside, cuts across, swings to the inside. It's called an out to in path. And then of course you hit the big banana pull slice. To fix that, you've got to understand why you're swinging over the top. Most golfers have no clue, and they sit out on the range just pounding ball after ball, completely wasting their time because you're never fixing the problem. You're just trying to find out some swing thought. We call that swing thoughts that work only one day. The abbreviation is wood. We call it chopping wood. You don't want to chop wood. You don't want to go to the range before every single round of golf and start chopping wood, looking for a swing thought that's going to help you get around the course for the day. That doesn't work. It's incredibly frustrating trying to find some random thought for the day. And of course, that random thought's probably going to change by the third hole anyway because it doesn't work. You have to fix the fundamental underlying cause of what's causing you to swing over the top and stop chasing symptoms. A symptomatic approach is a Band-Aid approach to the swing, and you're never ever going to get any better because Band-Aids, like real Band-Aids, get wet and eventually fall off, and then they don't work anymore. They've got a limited shelf life. So if you want to understand why you swing over the top, you've got to look at what could possibly cause that. And honestly, it's actually really, really simple. In fact, I can get anybody to stop swinging over the top in less than 30 seconds. Now, that sounds insane, right? Because you've probably swung over the top for 20 years. How do I do that? Well, it's really simple. If you're going over to the backswing and you start pushing from the right side, guess what this right hand can do? I can tilt the shaft this way. I'm in a very strong, dominant position to do it this way. I can lift it this way with my elbow. My shoulder will steepen the plane and pitch of the shaft, and then I can use my right shoulder to swing the club over the top. All of this stuff is all right side dominant movement. Now what happens if I take my right hand completely off the club? Well, now it's very hard because this hand's in a weak position to do external rotation, and there's so much momentum and mass going this way that it's very hard to change the direction during the transition to make it all of a sudden become very steep. The right hand, you got your right pec, right arm, all kinds of stuff that can help you change the pitch and attitude of the shaft. The left hand, not that dominant to do it. As I'm coming down, all I've got to do now is shift my weight. Look what happened to the club. How's that over the top? If anything, I'm going to tend to come too far from the inside when I overuse the left side. It's the exact opposite of what's happening when you overuse the right side. It's that simple. Take your right hand off the club, shift your weight, and let the club come down, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to be right on plane. Let's take a look. So, in fact, I'll let my right hand come off during the downswing here, and let's see what happens. I guarantee I didn't come over the top. All I did there was let my right hand come off the club drops down on plane, and all of a sudden it's impossible for me to swing over the top. So, if you want to understand this further, take a look at this bonus video I'm going to show you today that's going to teach you the difference between why you're swinging over the top and how to stop and how to fix it the right way instead of chasing Band-Aid fixes in your swing. So click the iCard or this little icon you see here. It's going to take you to the bonus video, and you can watch it right now and stop swinging over the top. Make sure you click subscribe down below and the little bell icon next to it so you get notifications every time we publish a new video. Swing plane and path seem to be two of the most discussed topics you ever hear on television. As soon as a teleprompter gets up there, the first thing they want to do is start drawing all these lines on the screen about, oh, the swing plane is this and swing plane is that. But what is swing plane really, and why is it so important, or is it even important? If you remember my swing fundamentals video when I defined what a swing fundamental really is, I told you swing plane actually isn't a fundamental of the swing. By its very definition, it can't be, because it's happening in the periphery and it's a complete result and consequential of how you move your body. So is swing plane even important? Yes, it's absolutely one of the most important things in the golf swing. It's just not a fundamental. So how can it be that important but yet not be a fundamental of the swing? That seems kind of like I'm contradicting myself, right? Not at all. Swing plane is extremely important, but how you fix swing plane is the key. What I mean by that is most people look at a swing plane and say, oh, well, this golfer's swinging over the top. So what we're going to do is tell him to start taking the club and feel like you drop it from the inside and swing way out to first base or right field. How many times have you heard that one, right? well, it never fixes the problem. That's why you're here looking at another golf instruction video. So just telling you to swing out here and start coming from the inside, if that was that easy to fix it, you wouldn't need an instructor and you'd just do it on your own. The reason that type of information never works is because it's not fixing the fundamental problem of why you're swinging over the top or why you're coming too far from the inside. All of that stuff stems from the fundamentals. What's happening here? How you set up to the ball will determine swing plane and path. Your spine angle will determine swing plane and path. Your force of movement, if you're moving from the wrong side of the body at the wrong time in the swing, will change your swing plane and path. Notice that I said all of these things. I didn't talk once about the club. The club and the path and plane that it's traveling on is nothing more than a result of how you move your body and in what sequence you move your body. If you don't shift your weight in the downswing, you have nothing else to move the club from here to here, other than your arms and hands and shoulders. So what you're gonna do if you don't move your lower body first is you're gonna move your upper body. Guess what that's gonna do to the club? It's gonna change the plane and path that this club is traveling on. It's where you fix the problem that makes your golf swing work or not work. And that's the biggest problem with golf instruction. Most golf instruction focuses on the symptoms. The symptom is your swing plane sucks. You're swinging over the top or you're away from the inside or whatever it may be. Well, okay, I get that, but how I fix it, instead of trying to fix the golf club, the path and plane that it's traveling on, I'm gonna fix what's causing the club to move on an improper plane and path. That's the difference between rotary swing and every other swing methodology. We fix the cancer, we fix the cause, not the symptoms. We are not a symptomatic, tip-based approach to the swing. Those things simply don't work.